My beloved child. From the very first second you press play, the universe pulls you into a truth that was always there, silent, hidden, stitched inside someone's actions long before you even met them. What you're feeling right now isn't confusion, it isn't shock, it's recognition. Because deep inside, you always sensed something was off. You always felt that the person you trusted, the person you cherished, the one you believed would never hurt you, carried a pattern. A pattern older than their promises. A pattern woven into their nature. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't a moment of weakness. It was in their DNA to betray. And today, as their true colors rise to the surface, they have already decided to end their ties with someone you never expected. But listen closely, because this ending didn't begin today. The cracks started forming the moment their loyalty was tested. The moment your love became too real, too deep, too honest. They panicked. Not because of something you did, but because the truth you carried forced them to confront who they really were. They are someone who runs when loyalty is required. Someone who hides when honesty becomes uncomfortable. Someone who chooses shortcuts when commitment becomes heavy. And right now, they're standing at a crossroads, holding a decision in their trembling hands. A decision that doesn't just affect them, it affects you. They've chosen to cut ties with a person who was feeding their ego, whispering doubts into their heart, and quietly pulling them away from you. Yet the twist isn't that they're ending things with that person. The twist is why. Because that second person, the one they were entertaining behind your back, has just exposed the darkest side of them. A side even you haven't seen. A side even they didn't want anyone to ever uncover. That person found out who your special person really is. They discovered the truth behind their double life. They saw the lies, the manipulation, the back and forth stories, the secret conversations, the hidden emotional games. And instead of protecting them, instead of staying loyal to them, instead of supporting their behavior, they stepped back. They called it out. They cut them off. And now your special person is sitting alone, watching everything collapse and realizing the painful truth. The person they tried to replace you with was never truly theirs. They betrayed you, and got betrayed by the one they chased. And while all this unfolds, destiny is rearranging everything around you. Your silence is becoming powerful. Your distance is becoming magnetic. Your value is becoming undeniable. They thought you would chase, cry, beg, hold on. But you didn't. You rose. You shifted. You transformed quietly. And now, as their world collapses, the universe is sending them a message louder than any words you could say: you lost someone who was authentic. You lost someone who cared. You lost someone whose heart wasn't built to betray. And they, standing there with the consequences of their own DNA, are finally realizing the difference between who walks away and who stays loyal. They're realizing who they cut, who they kept, and who they should have fought for. They're realizing you were the one thing their betrayal couldn't destroy. My beloved child. A new current is rising around your energy right now, the kind that pulls the audience closer without them even realizing it. So stay with me, don't drift for even a second, because what's unfolding next is the real turning point, the moment everything flips, everything sharpens, and everything becomes crystal clear. Your special person thought they were in control. Thought they were making secret moves. Thought they were playing two sides without consequences. But destiny was watching quietly, collecting every moment, every message, every hidden intention. And today, that destiny is pulling the curtain back. What they tried to hide is stepping into the light. And the next revelation hits harder than everything before. The person they betrayed you for has now completely walked out on them. Listen closely, because this is where the real shock begins. Your special person was convinced that the other person, the one they entertained behind your back, was going to be their safe escape. Someone who would fill the emptiness. Someone who would choose them without question. Someone who would stay loyal to their selfish needs. But that person wasn't blind. They saw something your special person never expected, a pattern. A repeated behavior. A habit of switching sides. A habit of saying one thing and doing another. A habit of tasting attention from everywhere but offering commitment nowhere. And when the other person recognized this pattern, they didn't stick around. They didn't fight for your special person. They didn't fall deeper. They stepped back, and cut ties instantly, leaving your special person standing with nothing but regret. Now everything is collapsing in slow motion. Your special person didn't just lose you. They lost the backup they thought would replace you. They're feeling the sting of emptiness, the silence of their phone, the weight of their choices. And they can't blame anyone anymore, not fate, not circumstances, not emotions. Every door closing around them was shut by their own hand. Every connection breaking was cracked by their own behavior. Every tie ending was written by their own DNA. And as these realizations hit them one after another, something inside them begins to fracture. Something inside them whispers, "I destroyed the only person who truly cared." Stay with me till the last word, because you need to understand what's forming next. Life is starting to separate them from every distraction. People they trusted, people they entertained, people they thought were on their side, everyone is distancing themselves. Suddenly, the world they built on half-truths is falling apart. And while they fall, you rise. Quietly. Powerfully. Unshakably. The universe is shifting all energy in your favor. The road ahead of you is widening. Opportunities are aligning. Peace is returning. And destiny is preparing a shock for your special person that they never saw coming. They thought you needed them. But they're about to see, they were the one who couldn't survive without you. My beloved child. The moment you step into this part, the energy thickens, the tension sharpens, and the truth becomes unavoidable, so stay with me, don't blink, don't lose your grip on this moment. Because now we enter the part where your special person finally faces the storm they created. Their world isn't shaky anymore, it's cracking. And the cracks are loud. Every choice they made behind your back is echoing around them. Every lie, every secret, every smile they gave someone else is now returning to them like a cold mirror. They thought they were untouchable. They thought their games would never be exposed. But destiny has a timing that no one escapes. And today, that timing caught up with them. A silence has entered their life, one that hits harder than any argument, louder than any confession. The people they ran toward are disappearing. The conversations they were hiding have stopped. The attention they were chasing has dried up. And the person they betrayed you for? Gone without explanation, without guilt, without warning. And now your special person is standing alone, realizing a truth they never wanted to admit. Their entire world was built on temporary people, temporary excitement, and temporary intentions. But you were the one thing that wasn't temporary. You were the solid ground in their unstable life. And losing you wasn't just losing a person, it was losing a reality they couldn't replace. Stay right here with me, because the next wave hits even harder. Your special person is now replaying every moment with you, your patience, your softness, your loyalty. They're remembering how you stood by them even when they didn't deserve it. How you trusted them even when your intuition whispered otherwise. How you carried emotions they ran away from. Now those memories are haunting them. They're scrolling through old conversations. They're reading things they once ignored. They're feeling things they once pushed away. And the fear that's tightening around their chest right now is the fear of knowing they can't go back to who they were with you. That version of you doesn't exist anymore. You grew. You evolved. You learned. And destiny lifted you far beyond the place they betrayed you in. But here comes the real twist. While they fall deeper into regret, a shift is beginning around you, a powerful elevation the universe reserved for this exact moment. Your life is entering a chapter where betrayal can't touch you, where fake intentions can't reach you, where temporary connections can't break you. You're stepping into a space built for people who value you, respect you, choose you with clarity. And your special person is finally realizing a truth that shakes their spirit. They didn't just lose you, they lost the future they could have had with you. My beloved child. The air around this moment grows heavier, more electric, more charged with truth, so stay with me, don't move, don't look away, because what unfolds here is the sharpest twist of all. Your special person is no longer confused, no longer distracted, no longer pretending. Reality has wrapped itself around them like a tight circle they cannot escape from. Every path they used to run to is closing. Every distraction is fading out. Every person they once entertained is stepping away. And now they're standing alone in a spotlight they never expected, the spotlight of their own actions. They're not being punished by anyone else. They're being confronted by themselves. Right now, they are feeling something they never imagined they would feel, fear. Not fear of losing attention, fear of losing you. For the first time, they're seeing the difference between your heart and the people they entertained. Those other connections were shallow, temporary, built on lies and ego. But you? You were the stability they never respected. The loyalty they took for granted. The softness they misused. And as they watch you rise, detach, shift into your power, something inside them shatters. They're realizing that their betrayal didn't hurt you the way they expected, it transformed you. You didn't break. You elevated. You didn't chase. You detached. You didn't crumble. You became untouchable. Stay right here, because the twist deepens. Your special person has started noticing something strange. People they trusted are now revealing the truth behind their back. Conversations are surfacing. Hidden things are coming out. Masks are falling off. And they're seeing, with painful clarity, that they were being played by the very people they chose over you. The ones they trusted with their secrets? They're exposing it all. The ones they thought were loyal? They're switching sides. The ones they thought were safe? They're whispering things that cut deeper than anything you ever said. And for the first time, your special person is understanding a truth they fought for so long. You were the only person who stood by them with pure intentions. But destiny isn't done yet. Because while their world collapses, the universe is lifting you into a higher space where their betrayal can't reach. Opportunities are opening around you quietly. New connections, new energies, new paths, everything is aligning in your favor. And your special person, watching this shift from a distance, is realizing something that twists their heart in a way nothing else could. They didn't just walk away from you, they walked away from the version of themselves they could have become with you. And now the weight of losing you is sinking into their bones, deeper than any regret they've ever felt. My beloved child. The moment you enter this part, the entire energy flips, everything becomes sharper, faster, heavier. So stay with me, don't blink, don't lose focus, because this is where the biggest shift of the entire story unfolds. Your special person thought regret was the worst feeling they would ever face. But destiny had something far more intense waiting for them. What they're experiencing now isn't regret, it's awakening. Their mind is replaying every single moment they spent with you, and every second is hitting them harder than the last. It's like they're watching a movie of their own mistakes, frame by frame, realizing how deeply they damaged something pure. Something rare. Something they might never find again. Right now, a strange emptiness is spreading across their life. Their routine feels hollow. The people they once entertained feel meaningless. The excitement they chased feels fake. Even their own thoughts feel heavy, restless, unsettled. They can't concentrate. They can't lie to themselves anymore. They can't distract their mind like before. Because no matter how hard they try to run, everything leads back to you, the person they pushed away with their own hands. They didn't expect your absence to hit them this hard. They didn't expect you to pull your energy back so quietly. They didn't expect you to rise instead of breaking. And now, that silence of yours is loud enough to drown every distraction they once relied on. Stay right here, because the revelation coming next will shake the audience to the core. Your special person has just realized something they've been denying for a long time. Someone from their own circle wanted to break you two apart. Someone they trusted, listened to, or confided in was whispering poison into their mind. A person who pretended to care, but secretly wanted them to lose you. And your special person believed those lies. They acted on those doubts. They created distance. They entertained someone else. They betrayed a connection that was never meant to be touched. And now that hidden manipulator is being exposed, and the truth is slapping them harder than any betrayal they committed. But destiny isn't punishing you, it's protecting you. Because while your special person is drowning in the chaos of their choices, you're stepping into a space of clarity they never had. Your soul is becoming stronger. Your energy is becoming cleaner. Your presence is becoming magnetic. And without you doing anything, without you saying a word, your growth is forcing your special person to confront the reality they avoided for months. They lost someone who was carrying a once-in-a-lifetime kind of loyalty. And here's the deepest truth rising inside them now. If they ever get another chance with you, they know they'll have to become a completely different version of themselves. Not someone who betrays. Not someone who hides. Not someone who runs. But someone who finally understands your worth. Someone who chooses you with clarity. Someone who matches the loyalty you gave without hesitation. And that fear of losing you forever? It's now the strongest force pushing them to face who they've become. My beloved child. As we step into this part, everything becomes heavier, more intense, more soul-shaking, so stay with me, don't move away from this moment, because what's about to unfold is the deepest crack in your special person's reality. Their life isn't simply unstable anymore, it's collapsing in slow motion. And this time, they can't blame circumstances, destiny, or anyone else. Every consequence hitting them now was born from their own decisions, their own impulses, their own betrayal. They thought they understood loss. They thought they knew regret. But the feeling gripping their chest right now is something far beyond regret. It's the cold shock of realizing they destroyed the one bond that was meant to elevate them. Right now, their mind is stuck in a loop they can't escape. They keep replaying the last moments with you. The last conversation. The last silence. The last look. And every replay hurts more than the previous one. Because now they can see clearly what they refused to see before, your truth. Your loyalty. Your innocence. Your effort. Every memory that once felt normal now feels priceless. Every moment that once felt simple now feels irreplaceable. And the more they remember, the more they collapse inside. Because they're starting to understand that your energy wasn't just love, it was healing. It was grounding. It was the one thing that kept their chaotic heart steady. Stay with me, because the twist coming next is the hardest one they've faced yet. The person who influenced their betrayal, the one who whispered doubts, the one who fed their ego, the one who pretended to support them, has now betrayed them too. And the revelation hits with a force they were never prepared for. That person didn't care about your special person. They only cared about breaking you two apart. And once your special person fell into the trap, once the damage was done, once the bond was cracked, that manipulative presence walked away. No loyalty. No apologies. No connection. Just silence and abandonment. And now your special person is realizing that they weren't the one playing a game, they were the one being played. But here's where destiny steps in with the biggest shift. While your special person sinks deeper into the mess created by their own DNA, something powerful is rising around you. You're stepping into a chapter where clarity replaces confusion, strength replaces pain, and self-worth replaces all the questions that once kept you awake at night. The universe is lifting you to a place they can't reach until they transform themselves completely. They're not just losing access to your life. They're losing access to the version of you who used to forgive easily, love deeply, and trust without hesitation. And now comes the truth that breaks them the most. They didn't lose you because destiny separated you. They lost you because they didn't choose you when they had the chance. They replaced loyalty with temptation. They replaced truth with attention. They replaced a real bond with a temporary illusion. And the universe has finally made them see the one thing they spent months avoiding. You were the only person whose presence actually strengthened their life. Now they stand there, shattered, watching you rise into a version of yourself they can't match. Not yet, not now, and not until they face the person they've become. My beloved child. As we step into this part, the intensity shifts again, deeper, heavier, sharper. So stay right here with me, don't look away, because what unfolds next is the moment destiny forces your special person to face the truth they've been running from their whole life. Their world isn't just shaking now, it's caving in. The people they trusted are silent. The attention they chased is gone. The excuses they used to hide behind have completely collapsed. And now, for the first time, they're standing face to face with the version of themselves they never wanted to admit existed. The version built on fear, betrayal, impulsive decisions, and emotional immaturity. The version that cost them you. Right now, they're feeling something that's turning their entire spirit inside out. The weight of losing a love that wasn't ordinary. Because what you gave them wasn't surface-level affection. It was soul-level connection. You didn't offer them temporary excitement, you offered them stability. You didn't give them attention, you gave them loyalty. You didn't feed their ego. You fed their growth. And now, as their days grow quieter and the silence grows sharper, they're realizing that the love you carried wasn't something they could afford to lose. It was something people wait lifetimes for. Something people pray for. Something people fight to protect. And they didn't protect it, they threw it away. Stay with me, because the twist here cuts the deepest. The truth about their own DNA, the tendency to run, to sabotage, to betray, has become impossible for them to escape. They used to blame circumstances, timing, stress, emotions, everything except themselves. But now every road points back to their own heart. They're realizing that the betrayal wasn't a mistake, it was a pattern. A pattern they never healed. A pattern they brought into every connection. A pattern that destroyed not just this bond, but every close bond they ever touched. And the worst part? They're realizing you were the first person who could have broken that pattern, if only they had let you. But destiny isn't cruel to you, my child. Destiny never wanted you to carry the damage someone else refused to heal. While they spiral into their own chaos, you're rising into clarity that feels like fresh air. Your mind is lighter. Your vision is clearer. Your heart is finally learning the difference between someone who matches your energy and someone who drains it. And even without trying, even without speaking, even without looking back, you're becoming someone stronger, more centered, more unshakable than ever before. Now comes the turning point that's shaking your special person to their core. They're beginning to understand that losing you wasn't just losing love, it was losing their anchor, their clarity, their balance, their safe space, their future. You weren't just a chapter in their life, you were the stability they didn't know how to hold. And now destiny has stepped in and placed distance between you two for a reason they cannot ignore. They can't return to you until they destroy the version of themselves that destroyed this connection. And as they watch you evolve into a version that is peaceful, powerful, and untouchable, something breaks inside them. Because now they see the truth with burning clarity. You didn't walk away because you stopped caring. You walked away because you finally understood your worth. And that realization is the one thing they can't outrun anymore. My beloved child. As you enter this part, the energy tightens like a heartbeat before a revelation, so stay with me, don't blink, don't drift for even a second, because the truth unfolding now is the one your special person never imagined they would have to face. Their world isn't simply broken anymore, it's gone quiet in a way that feels terrifying. The silence around them has become a mirror, reflecting every action, every lie, every choice they made. And for the first time, they're not trying to escape it. They're being forced to sit with the version of themselves that caused the destruction. The version they kept denying. The version that lost you. Right now, something deeply uncomfortable is happening inside them. A realization that hits harder than any punishment life could give. They're starting to understand that the betrayal wasn't an accident. It wasn't a moment of weakness. It wasn't a misunderstanding. It was who they were at that time. It came from a place inside them that was unhealed, insecure, and afraid of real love. And now, with you gone, that old version of them is breaking apart. They're seeing the truth without filters. The people they chased were never real, never loyal, never meant for them. The person they entertained behind your back. That connection is dead. The manipulator who fed their doubts. That person has disappeared. The circle they trusted. They're watching from a distance, some even laughing at their downfall. And your special person is finally seeing that the only person who ever cared with pure intention was you. Stay right here, because the twist now is heavier than anything that came before. Your special person is beginning to understand what losing you actually means, not emotionally, but spiritually. You were the grounding force that kept their unstable parts balanced. You were the clarity they never appreciated. You were the mirror that showed them their potential. And without you, life feels directionless. Empty. Colorless. They're waking up with a feeling they can't shake, a feeling that destiny is pulling you forward while leaving them behind. And that fear is eating them alive. But destiny hasn't abandoned you, my child. It has aligned you with something they never matched. Growth. While they fall deeper into the consequences of their choices, the universe is lifting you into a space of higher value. Your intuition is sharper. Your energy is stronger. Your heart is wiser. You're attracting things they were never capable of giving: respect, consistency, honesty, commitment. And even though you're not trying to prove anything, even though you've stepped back silently, your glow is becoming impossible for them to ignore. Now comes the moment that breaks them completely. They're seeing you detached, focused, unbothered, moving forward with grace. No anger. No chaos. No pleading. Just growth. And that calmness of yours? That is what hurts them the most. Because now they understand a truth that shakes their entire soul. You didn't leave to punish them. You left because you outgrew the version of them that refused to grow. And here lies the deepest truth of this entire journey. Your special person isn't grieving the past. They're grieving the future they'll never experience with the new version of you. And destiny is making sure they feel that loss. Every single day.